Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You guys are probably still watching this in the afternoon, but for my crew and I, it is pretty early. It's 5:55 a.m. We are just getting ready to leave Southern Oregon and hit the road for our final sprint car race of 2022. We are headed south to Tulare, California for this year's Trophy Cup. We just got the toter home hooked up to the trailer. Now, the road trip that we have ahead of us today is about 530 miles and anywhere from 8 to 9 hours of driving. Are you feeling ready for today's road trip?
9 hours.
9 hours. No matter what, no matter how much you love driving, that's a lot of time on the road. So we are getting ready to pull out here in just a couple of minutes. We're just kind of getting our last few things all picked up, and then we will be getting on the road and getting ready for our last hurrah of 2022 as we head south to take on one of the biggest 360 races of the season, the Trophy Cup. Just rolling through the first notable area of the road trip. Kind of looking out the window, you can see the Durango RV Park, or what used to be the Durango RV Park, which supported Carly and I for years. We're rolling through Red Bluff, California on Interstate 5 right now, and actually brought me to a point that I wanted to talk about because it makes me super sad, but I'm excited we're going to Trophy Cup, but unfortunately we are missing the first points race of the Red Bluff Outlaw winter season. Now, I do have a substitute driver. I plan on running the rest of the Red Bluff races, so we're gonna be in contention. We have a great sub, Carson Perkins, who actually won the Open Championship not last season, but the season before that, and he's gonna be running the house cart for me, and then I'll be back in action next weekend as we kind of start the Outlaw Kart indoor deal. But man, it sucks not to be in Red Bluff for their, for their play day weekend and for their first points race, just because we haven't missed a race there in like over 10 years, just because we started running there and we've committed to it and we've had so much fun, and it's not too far from the house and where we live. But so we're rolling through Red Bluff right now. I'm sure everyone in the area is getting ready because it's as I said, I think in my video where I picked up my go-kart, the chaos is about to begin, and it's gonna, be in session for the next couple months. But it's about 10 a.m. right now. We're rolling pretty good. We're gonna probably keep going down the road for another hour or two, stop and get fuel, and I think our rough estimated arrival time this afternoon is gonna be around 4 to 5 o'clock. Just checking everything out. Had some last minute merchandise we had to throw in here. Looks like everything's still in the race trailer. So we stopped here in Dunnigan, California on our way south. And unfortunately, I'm gonna tell you guys here on the vlog, but we're actually dropping Carly off because she is gonna go to Red Bluff this weekend, as her car is gonna be hitting the racetrack with another driver in it, which is super exciting. Carly, you're not gonna be at Trophy Cup.
Yeah, it's a little sad, but everybody needs a race off sometimes. But I'll still be at another racetrack, just doing a little bit different thing with the go-kart, and yeah. And
it's one of those things, Carly's got to do what's best. Like I said, her car is racing Red Bluff, and that's going to be a fun thing for her, and we're going to be just fine down at Trophy Cup. Obviously, we're all going to have to kind of step up to the plate a little bit because Carly does so much, but it's one weekend, just down one man, and we're going to go have fun down there. Carly's going to have a blast in Northern California, and not going to lie, part of me's, as you probably got in the last clip, I'm a little bit jealous because I want to be in Red Bluff so bad too, but I know Trophy Cup is what we need to do, and I'm pumped to run Trophy Cup. I don't want to make it seem like I feel like I have to go and do it. Trophy Cup's the right move, but man, it just sucks because, we just have that love for Red Bluff. I think my dad did say he was gonna get some fuel, maybe just a little bit here, and then he wants to stop in Ripon, California, which is just, farther down the road. So my mom is walking the dogs, kind of just a pretty casual road trip. We've done this before, so we're not seeing anything new, but we're just trucking down the road and clicking off time and clicking off miles as we get closer to Tulare. So we're rolling good. We actually ended up having to take a little bit of a different route. It's a tiny bit longer, but there was an accident over on 99.
Yeah, that's what the GPS said it was going to add an hour and a half to our travel.
So now we're still on I-5 headed towards Harris Ranch, which I guess that's the only, I guess you could say, a better thing about California. There's multiple routes to one location, and some might be a little bit shorter, might be a little bit longer, but as things happen, you know, when you're traveling, you're able to, you know, change your route and get there however you gotta go. We got pretty good weather though here in Central California right now. I don't think we're gonna have any problems for Trophy Cup, even though it's kind of getting later and later in the year. This part of the country really doesn't get any crazy weather, and it's still gonna be fairly warm all 3 days ahead. So we're gonna be wearing shorts, it's gonna be hot. We're gonna try to get all of our work done early in the mornings, and we're gonna get things done early because since we're down a man with no Carly, we're gonna try to start to make sure that gives us enough time to finish, you know, getting the 18T ready for the next race day. Anyway though, we're gonna keep rolling down the road. It's been a little rough so far. This probably is gonna simulate what Tulare could possibly be like for Trophy Cup. The racetrack is famous for the big hole into turn 1. Other parts of the track sometimes get it as well, and it's not just maybe like a divot. I mean, we're talking actual holes, and also a big cushion on top of that. So Tulare is one of the most unique racetracks in the country. It puts on some very exciting racing when they get it right, and we're gonna keep going. We're about 113 miles from where our next stop is, where we're gonna refuel, and then we'll be headed straight to the track. Well, we got our parking spot for the next couple of nights, and here is a look at the rest of the pit area. Tons of rigs have already rolled in, and probably throughout the rest of the afternoon and into the evening, all the out-of-towners and even some of the locals will continue showing up. And here is a look at the Tulare Thunderbolt from the back straightaway. Just a gorgeous racetrack, and one that is really not like any other. One thing to note is every race I've ever ran here, there's been an inside wall. They installed that, I think, at the beginning of the 2021 season, and they must have just recently removed it. I don't know when this year they did, but as I walked up and as I watched the highlights from last weekend, I noticed it was not there. And now it's similar to how it used to be before, just a berm, and then there's a couple of tractor tires throughout the corner. Hard to say which one is better. They both have their pros and cons, and I guess we'll kind of just see how it races throughout the weekend. Anyway, we're gonna probably go and kind of settle in, hang out, have some dinner. It's roughly 5 p.m. in the afternoon, so it's gonna be getting dark kind of here soon, but just excited that we arrived, and you know, we're here early, you could say. There's no stress on getting to the races. It's always nice to kind of settle in and just be ready for these big events. This is the biggest 360 show in California each season. It's gonna have the most amount of cars. I think technically there's the most amount of money on the line for a 360 race, and it's just so prestigious. And over the next 72 hours, we're gonna see who walks out of here with some Trophy Cup glory. So ride along with us. Hopefully we are one of them. Hopefully we can have a couple really good nights and get going. Tulare has been a racetrack that when we find our stride, man, we've been fast, and we can get the 18T dialed in. We make some great laps around this place. So wish us luck, ride along with us for the journey, and it's gonna be a fun weekend down here in Central California. See you guys all tomorrow for night number 1 of the Trophy Cup. Deuces.